Welcome back, everyone. I'm very excited for today's episode where we once again have two special guests for you all. We've got a couple of anchors from News Center, our counterpart here at the Late Afternoon Show with Donnie C. Their first episode released last Thursday and episode 2 released yesterday, so make sure to go check it out. I'd also like to congratulate them on the success of their first episode, which is now the most viewed episode of News Center of all time. Way to go, everyone on that team. Our guests today wear many hats. I'll let them introduce themselves when we get to them, but both of them are incredibly talented, and I can't wait for you all to get to know them. There are good things happening around Breckenridge Hall, and I can't wait to talk to our guests to learn more about what they've been up to and how they're handling the success.
The Morehead State University bookstore through Barnes & Noble offers a variety of classwork essentials and required materials. Here, you can gear up with the latest MSU apparel for current students, parents, alumni, and more. Study hard with textbooks and course resources available for all majors. The bookstore is located on the first floor of ADUC, room 102. Come shop and save today at the University Bookstore.
Welcome back. I'm very excited to have Alex Standifer here. Alex, go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit, because you've got more than one title, I'd say.
I'm Alex Standifer. I'm a journalist and a reporter, student reporter here at Morehead State Public Radio. Worked for the Trailblazer. I'm an anchor for MSU TV. I'm a musician and a songwriter, and I attend the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music to get better.
Very nice. So you wear a lot of different hats.
I try to.
Tell me a little bit more about the music. What originally got you into that?
Well, I grew up listening to music. My dad always had a lot of taste, and he always showed me what was good, and I got to find my own stuff out. But my freshman year here, I got to see the KCTM do a little concert during like a fall festival or something. And I fell in love right then, seeing a banjo in person and seeing some kids my age just tearing it up. I knew I had to be that guy.
So who would you say has inspired you the most throughout your music journey these past couple years?
These past couple years, I gotta say, Zach Bryan.
Yeah?
He does things his own way, and everything about him's unique. His rhythm's unique, his songwriting's unique. He does what he wants, and he does it when he wants.
Nice.
Which we don't all get to be so lucky to do that, but he certainly is.
No, we don't. We definitely don't. So where do you see your career going with music? Like, do you want to pursue that?
Well, yeah, I would love to, but I know a lot of really, really talented musicians who've been playing their whole lives, and they don't make a living off their art. So it'd be kind of arrogant to say I could just go out there and play some songs and make all the money I ever wanted to make.
Fair enough.
So I'd probably do something like music reporting would be nice.
Okay.
Go cover bands, meet bands, talk to them, write stories about them, get interest. I could do social media stuff, camera work, whatever.
So you could say this is almost like kind of just like you just do this for the love of the game.
I do it for the love of the game, man. That's what you got to do.
Hell yeah.
If you're doing something you love, you won't work a day in your life.
True that. Is there anything else that you want to bring up about your music playing? Is there like a certain song that you feel very partial to?
I like my songs. I think they mean a lot to me, and they stick in my head, and I listen to them over and over again in my head. I don't have to play them to hear them, so it's nice to be able to do that and learn how to, cope with the world and grow as a person and all that.
So you have your own songs, your own original songs?
Of course, yeah.
Where can we listen to them anywhere?
Not yet, no.
Not yet?
I'm
not on
there
Spotify yet?
I mean, I got to get a lot better before I want people to be listening to them like that.
Fair enough. Well, you played a little bit before we started recording, and that was fantastic.
Right.
And you guys will get to hear some of that here in a little bit. But
there's levels to it for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Alex, anything else you want to say before we cut to our first commercial?
I got a feature coming out next Tuesday on Concerned Citizens for Migrants.
Okay.
It's a local Rowan County group. They talk about some of the geopolitical issues happening and immigrants, and I think it's really important to, at least try to learn about your neighbor and not let them be demonized and humanized people. So check that story out. It might be worth something.
Awesome. That's all we've got from Alex. We're going to cut for a little bit, and we will be back with another exciting guest in just a moment.
So I'm going to say junior year of high school, I was in the midst of trying to really figure out and settle down and figure out what I wanted to do. And I kind of wanted to do something in physics or art, which are really different and not a lot of ways to connect the two of those. And so I kind of really had to make that decision. Do I want to go the more STEM route, or do I want to like follow this kind of hobby, I guess, that I had at the time? But I attended GSA this summer in between my junior and senior year, and it really like cemented in my brain that art is and can be a professional career. And now here I am, and really I think that experience just, it changed a lot for me and put a lot into perspective of like, even though that I had doubts, maybe like people around me had doubts, like it was something that could be made reality. And now I'm applying to my master's for curatorial studies. So what I'm working on right now, that you see me working on, are my paintings that will become patches of Candy Darling, which is one of the Warhol Muses and probably one of the more famous ones. And she was so, I think that she was really, she had a great path ahead of her, but she was truly one of the ones that were just gone too soon. And she died of cancer. I forget what cancer it was, but it was linked to like very not well monitored HRT. And she was just such a beautifully tragic person. Like I keep coming back to that like string of words, because that's truly what they all were. And I guess in a way a lot of artists are, but I truly admire Candy Darling, and her costume pieces I think are going to be some of my favorites. Not that I have a favorite, but I think that it's going to be some of my favorites. I've put a lot of care into all of them, but the patches that I'm working on will be part of a shawl that will go behind her, kind of Hedwig style, if anyone knows what I'm referencing. In the beginning of the movie, she has that big, like, almost wings. So there will also be a performance of my BFA show with live models and drag and theater and all of the good things that I love and care about. But there'll be no patches as part of that. Y'all, hey, this is me speaking directly to the audience. If you have never seen Hedwig and the Angry Inch, go watch it. Not sponsored, by the way, but go watch it. It's a beautiful movie. I have tattoos from the movie. It's great. It's got a great soundtrack. If you like rock musicals, you'll probably like it.
Fuel your day the Eagle way with Eagle Market. Located on the first floor of Craft Tower, we have everything you need to help you power through your busy campus life. From fresh snacks and drinks to frozen meals and essential school supplies, we've got you covered. Plus, we stock toiletries and medications to keep you ready for anything. Why leave campus when everything you need is just steps away? Visit Eagle Market today and discover your new favorite spot on campus.
And we are back. Now we've got Matthew Spencer on the show. Matthew, welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Matthew, how would you describe yourself?
Well, I think I do a little bit of everything. You know, I was in band from high school, was the tuba player for the long time, did many awards there, and being in band is the reason why I came to MSU. And ever since then, I've been a staff writer for the Trailblazer. I work at the Career Center for experiential education, and I make my own animations on the side. I'm also the sports anchor for the News Center.
Nice. And the News Center just had a very big episode last week.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit more about the animation. How'd you get into that?
So I've always been a big fan of cartoons growing up. One of my favorite cartoons was SpongeBob, of course. And growing up with that, it really made me like, oh, this is something I really want to do. I was researching storyboards and behind-the-scenes production for cartoons for such a long time, and I didn't realize I could make my own animations online until I saw a web series called Ed's World. So that made me make my own animations, and ever since then, off and on until last year I started full-time making animations and freelancing, so it was pretty cool.
So where can people see some of your animation work?
They can find me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram under the name Blondie Cartoons. That's BLONDEE Cartoons. So
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah,
So let's talk a little bit about News Center. What do you do over at News Center again?
I am the sports anchor for
Very nice.
News Center. Yeah.
So what goes into an episode of News Center? Like, what goes into the preparation for that?
I would say it's pretty cool seeing all the production get everything together, and then how, like, I would say it's one of the smoothest things I've been part of. I know some people might think I don't know what goes on the production side, but for me, you know, when I get the little script that, you know, what I'm going to be reading for that day, I like transform into someone that I'm not. Like I put on a character.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that would be good to distance myself, you know, to play someone, so I can get the audience engaged with it. So that's
Awesome.
always my first thought when going into News Center is like, how can I make the audience interested in what I'm doing? So.
Well, if you don't notice the production, that means that they're probably doing something right.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing, honestly. Matthew, do you have anything else you want to say? Any final notes?
Not on the top of my head. If you want to come down to the Career Center for a resume or check out the Soup Bank, please come down and watch News Center every Thursday at 7.
Awesome. That was perfect. That's all we've got from Matthew. We're going to cut for just a little bit, and we will be right back.
Hello there, human friends. My name's Terry. I live out here on the edge of the Moorhead Turtle Walk. Now, I know most folks don't stroll this far. You're all up there admiring the creek or taking selfies with my cousins near the trail signs. That's okay, I get it. But I just wanted to say, if you happen to drive past, maybe glance my way, and a wave, well, it makes my whole shell shine.
Well, deep in the night and far from home, we were out rambling on Main in some small town flatland, Ohio. We'd found jumping off the train, so we stumbled through some smoky bars till we found ourselves an open. That's all we've got for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that we put on a good show for you all. Thank you again for being here. Hope that you had a good experience as a guest on the show today. That's all we've got. Make sure to watch News Center at 7 on Thursdays, and see you guys next week.